Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Edge Show. Now, I record this live. I don't edit it at all, obviously. And I have some things going on right now. So, I have my Twitter DMs open. I'm waiting for my girlfriend to text me. She hasn't texted me in like fucking 4 hours, bro. And that tells you the type of person I am that bothers me. But, maybe that's normal. I've also texted both Everkingdom and Slash, trying to get them to interview about a recent drama that's going on. And I won't talk about the drama now because I think I'm going to have a dedicated video for that if those interviews go through. And if not, I'm just going to make a dedicated video about it anyway because I think it's interesting. I think it's important to cover these current events on Twitter in our sphere. Now, I'm going to get into our normal topics here. I just had those couple announcements. Brain rot YouTube. This is something that I'm very passionate about. You know, when I was working in the closed recycling facility, I really loved to listen to, as I was working, the brain rot YouTube videos. Now, these are complete cancer for your brain. It's not good, but I just love it. And by brain rot slop tent, I'm not talking about like the Generation Alpha memes, like the Skibbity Toilet stuff. I'm talking about the drama YouTube content farm where there's like 10 billion Mr. Beast videos, 10 billion videos about Destiny, 10 billion videos about, all this shit. People like Nicholas Diorio, Chud Logic, Turkey Tom, of course. That typical stuff. But I really enjoy these videos. And that's actually part of the reason why I'm posting on the internet, because I see how many views they get. YouTube streaming has gotten really big now. Drama streams are getting 2,000 views. Chud Logic, which is one of those YouTube channels that I mentioned, he only has like 40-something K subscribers, but he gets, I think, average like 1.5 thousand viewers on his live streams. And people really care about this drama because it's so entertaining. And there's new drama every week. I'm going to actually pull up one of these channels because I think it would be really funny to look through these topics. Okay. Chud Logic, right? Now, Chud Logic is one of the kings of this stuff right now. He has 45K followers. I see him regularly get 1.5K viewers on his live streams. Look at this. Okay. Nux Taku and I finally spoke about all the drama. I'm actually going to watch this. I'm going to watch this because Nux Taku drama. See, look, this shows you how much I care about this absolute retarded shit. Nux Taku drama? Why the fuck do I know about that? Literally like a dude who's possibly lolicon adjacent. He says he's not lolicon. He said he's like Jewish and he was in Israel and they were getting missile striked. And he was like, then I realized I don't need to care about the drama. But yeah, no, I think that these are like really fucking funny, to be honest. The Jake Weddle, all of this is complete nonsense. All of this is complete, absolute nonsense if you're not like in the know, you know what I mean? But Rev says Desu, he was like a pedophile, all these people. This shit is really funny. Bo Blacks. And it's funny how much I know about all this retarded drama. It's really funny how much I know about all this retarded drama because why the fuck do I know about this? Ethan is online and Lex Updog. Ethan is a drama creator that trooned out recently, and Lex Updog is a false rape accuser who's also an OnlyFans creator. See, look, I have encyclopedic knowledge of this. Jake Weddle. This shit is so funny to me. Why do I know? Like, I know so much. I've consumed hours of this content. Jake Weddle is a former Mr. Beast employee who was in one of his videos, and he was put in solitary confinement, right? And he said that he had extreme mental anguish from this. Mr. Beast gave him like 50K, which is more than he earned in the challenge. But he gave him like 50K to be like, I'm sorry about that, dude, if it really hurt you. Then he bad talked Mr. Beast on the Dogpack 404 video, the first one. That was the big call out video against Mr. Beast that got everybody on his on shitting on Mr. Beast. Now, it turned out most of that video was lies, which was exposed in the Oompaville interview, and also, I'm not as smart as I think. I don't know the other dude who made another video before the Oompaville interview, sort of debunking a lot of that. But so Jake Weddle, now he's crashing out because his girlfriend was psychotic. His girlfriend of like 3 months, he moved in with her, and then she kicked him out because he made an Instagram post that she didn't like about the drama. Now, she did a lot of gay ops. She like injected herself into every single bit of this drama. And I was thinking for a little bit, like, man, get yourself a girl like this, right? She's backing him up like even more than he will himself. But really, she was just stoking the drama for internet clout, and she was using him for the bit of money that he had. And then, she discarded him. She fucking kicked him out of her house. It was a big thing, and now she's accusing him of abusing her. And her proof of this was a video of him saying like, "Why don't you care about my feelings?" and like yelling, and I'm like crying. It's like, nah, this is not abuse. I'm pretty sure you fucked with this dude mentally, and then he was like yelling at you. Like, that's all that happened. You can't say that like yelling at somebody is abuse. Not even unprompted. She said that she kicked him out of his house, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Because, she flipped on a dime the day before. She was all nice to him. But yeah, whatever. She's also insane. She thinks that they're like drones watching her. She thinks that like Mr. Beast fans are flying drones into your house. It's not happening. So she installed a bunch of cameras. Why am I talking about this? See, I'm so infected. This is horrible. Anyway, by the way, I'm going to respond to DM on Twitter, but I'm still going to talk about this stuff. Yeah, this brain rot slop tent farm, I'm sure this dude's making a bunch of money because he's uploading almost daily, sometimes 2 times a day, and it gets a lot of views, like not a bunch, but by daily content, 20K, 12K. I mean, look, he's getting like over 100K a week in viewership. And, this might seem low effort to you, but he's streaming for hours every day, most days at least. But yeah, no, I really enjoy this stuff. Let's go to Turkey Tom Live. This is, what is it? No, Tom Dark Live. Oh, Nicholas Diorio is streaming right now too. See, like all these people are making so much slop tent, it's good. Tom Dark just rips off of, not Tom Dark, Turkey Tom just rips off of Kiwi Farms threads, but I'll forgive him for that because he's pretty, he actually got me and my girlfriend together personally. That's what he did. So I don't really care. This is the part of the podcast where I talk about my girlfriend. This is something that I think is interesting. Flirt to convert, right? So my girlfriend is not Christian. It seems like to me she wants to convert because of how I've talked about it to her. Also, she said some things personally in her personal life that she wants to convert. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about Flirt to Convert because I think people diss on it a lot. But if you're really in love with somebody, I think it's a fine thing to do. Nobody using it as a form of proselytization is absolutely horrible, right? Like, you shouldn't date somebody with your intention being, I'm going to convert them, that's why I'm dating them, right? But if you love them, okay, and you love them even if they don't convert, right? And you shouldn't have the expectation they're going to convert, but trying to convince them of the truth in your eyes, and the truth is Christianity, by the way. Trying to convince them of the truth, I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I don't think anybody should be closed off to love in general of anybody. Of course, people sometimes have their their standards. You should have similar values. You shouldn't disagree on huge fundamentals, especially about love and relationships. But I don't think it's a bad thing to try and flirt to convert, as long as it's not a form of proselytization, you're not doing it on purpose just to convert them. But, dating somebody who's non-Christian and trying to get them to convert because it's a good thing to do, I don't think that that's something that should be, looked down upon. Of course, I'm biased because I'm doing it. But anyway, yeah. The other religions of the world are messed up. It's true. Islam and Judaism make you cut off part of your dick. Yeah, I don't think Islam actually makes you. I think that's just like Semitic culture back to Ishmael. But because even Ethiopian Christians, they circumcise, and it's just like a cultural thing because they're Semites. It's not a necessarily religious thing. But because if it was a religious thing, it would be heresy, right? Because the covenant of the Jews does not apply to us. The law applies to us, the moral law, the Ten Commandments. But the covenant of the Jews, their circumcision does not apply to us. Now, circumcision is something interesting because Paul says, we're circumcised in the heart. That's what baptism is. Circumcision is bloody and brutal and, kind of gross. And it does cause suffering, but that's sort of the point of it. It's a aggressive rite of initiation into the covenant because of those brutal times of the Old Testament, of the ancient world. And something so brutal was needed to filter out the bad actors and to, I think, create a sense of real national identity within the Jewish people. Now, yeah, that's all I'll say about that. Death row. I don't know what my girlfriend's obsession with death row is, but she's we had this conversation a long time ago. I usually have a good memory about these things. I think she kind of supported death row. I don't know, to be honest. Death row, I think some people deserve to die. I'm not sure if the state should be deciding that. I know the Pope, the current Pope, Pope Francis, says that since we live in a society where we can keep these people alive without endangering the populace, we should not execute them anymore. But this obviously wasn't the position of the church for all the time because the Papal States executed so many people. There's been executions in the Vatican, like a lot, in Rome, at the order of the Pope, at the order of the Church. This wasn't something that was entirely unprecedented. In fact, it was the exact opposite. But honestly, you should really think that like death row is the last resort for this type of thing. People who do deserve to die, though, if anybody deserves to be, brought to the back and shot, this is all a joke, by the way, at YouTube. Don't, kill me. It's doctors who perform abortions. Now, the issue with abortion is really, it's really sensitive or something. I don't know. I do think sometimes women can be coerced into it. That's definitely something that's real. When I talk to anti-abortion women, what's funny to me is that they seem a lot more hateful for the women who do it than the doctors, whereas men are like, the doctors are evil, and the women are also evil. It depends on how incel-y they are, but I think people are a little bit more... reasonable to perspectives that they can't understand exactly. Because I have no idea what it would be like to be a woman being pressured into an abortion, but a woman who maybe does still fucking hates those bitches who kill their children. Yeah, and that's what it is. It's a murder of your child. It's worse than murder because, if you kill an adult, they're not part of you. Your children are part of you. It's just, it's infanticide, and it's, I don't remember the word, filicide, when you kill your son or something. Anyway, yeah, it's the worst thing on earth. And I'm glad my girlfriend agrees with me on this. That's the type of thing that if you don't agree in a relationship, you should fucking get the fuck out of there as soon as possible. Like, if you are dating a woman who's possibly okay with killing your child, not only don't date her, you should run away at Mach 12 and be shooting out of the back window as you're driving away, so that hopefully she doesn't, kill a kid. Unfortunately, this is half of the U.S. population, even probably more people who think abortion is fine. A lot of Republicans think abortion is fine. It's so disgusting. What we need to have as a society is bipartisan agreement that abortion is evil. But we don't, unfortunately. I'm really glad that the laws have changed and that states are outright banning abortion. And the whole thing where it's you could die. Every single case of that where the mother's life is in danger, it's a medical procedure and it's not abortion. And it's every single law that people have put forth banning abortion has not banned it in cases of the women having life-threatening issues with the pregnancy. And I fucking hate it when people bring up shit like that because it's just a lie, and it's a satanic lie from the devil meant to destroy life and the souls of parents and the souls of doctors too. Anyway, I think Islam says that in the first couple of weeks you can abort it because, it's horrible. Anyway, in some early Christian stuff, abortion was never allowed, but they did say that ensoulment happened some point after conception. Now the church changed its perspective on this issue, and the reason why, it didn't actually change it. It was a thing in question, but it solidified it against the previous thoughts. And the reason why isn't because of some archaic, conservatism, some medieval notions of life and souls. The reason why is biology. Because when we know what happens at conception, when the fact that cells split in its unique DNA at conception, we now know that that is a unique person with a soul. So it was actually biology that caused the church to solidify its position on the life and ensoulment of the unborn. I get kind of emotional about that. IVF is another issue, and it's a very sad dystopian issue if you think about it for a second, right? You're fertilizing all these little eggs, making all these tiny little children. These children that are stuck in a state of limbo. And a lot of them will die 100% of the time. There's no way of preventing that if you do it. So you're intentionally killing a bunch of tiny children. You're putting in a state of, limbo, in a state of hell, these little souls. It's really sad. And people are pretty heartless when thinking about it. People are like, oh, well, but people want children. Fuck you. That's no excuse for causing great, horrible suffering. Anyway, yeah, I guess that's all I have for this podcast. There's not really much to say. I'm going to go try and conduct one of those interviews. But, yep, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.